Guys, my name is Cherita. Welcome to my channel. Na 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 na. You guys, I promise I'm gonna get my theme song back. I just have to stop being lazy. So, anywho, how are you? How is life? Today is my Monday. So, I actually have a little bit of energy. One of the main reasons I have energy is because, between Saturday and Sunday, I slept over 20 hours, which I normally average like 7-ish hours of sleep a night, just because of my work schedule, because I work at sometimes 3:30 in the morning and sometimes, sometimes I work at 5 in the morning. Today, I thought I worked at 5:30, which is literally not a shift, but that's fine. So I usually average around 7 hours of sleep a night, and I slept 10 hours on Saturday and 10 hours on Sunday. And I don't know how much I slept last night, but I know I slept a lot. Saturday, I got off work early because I had to, and yes, I do roll my window down manually because I'm broke. And I don't have a car that doesn't do that yet. Saturday, I left work early because Miles had Taekwondo testing. And then we went to Denny's, and I don't know what I had. I don't know. Well, I had Denny's. But it messed my stomach up. Like I was just laying, because I had to take a nap. So I was just like laying in bed, and all of a sudden I got this massive like cramp, and I started burning up. And so like I took all my clothes off, and I turned my my heater off because it's cold. I turned my heat off, and I was like, I thought I was dying. Like I was sweating, and I don't sweat. Like it could be 1,000 degrees outside, and I rarely like leak, and I was sweating profusely. And yeah, so I took Maalox, Pepto. Dwayne brought me over crackers, and I had ginger ale, Pedialyte, like all the things. But I was miserable all Saturday, and then like Sunday I was okay, but I literally just laid in bed all day. I did absolutely nothing. It was forced rest, and I was okay with that because like I was okay with resting. So I have energy today. Yesterday I had a dentist appointment. I haven't been to the dentist in so long because insurance. And so I finally got insurance. I went to the dentist. Come to find out, I am a nightly tooth grinder. Anyways, I grind my teeth, and I've literally never been told this before, ever. And the doctor was like, nobody's ever told you this before? And I said, no. And he showed me the x-ray, and it literally looked like part of my tooth has been like sawed completely off. And, you know, he showed me with the mirror, and he's like, boom. And so like I have all the traits, and then like there's something like in my jaw, like a bony part that sticks up, like when I lift my tongue up, and I guess that's also a sign of somebody who grinds their teeth. And I don't know how long I've been doing it for, but me being me, the first thing I think is, oh my God, how has alcohol ruined my life even more? And so I looked it up, and it's not just caused by like drinking or doing drugs or anything like that. But if you take an SSRI, like an antidepressant, you're more likely to grind your teeth. And I take Lexapro, and I've been on it I've been on antidepressants on and off for a couple years, but I've been taking Lexapro like consistently for well over a year now, maybe like 2 years now. And so yeah, there's that. So I just had them fit me for a mouth guard so that we can, because these teeth, like I can't have anything happen to them. My parents paid a lot of money for my braces, so yeah, that's my life right now. However, there are some things that I do want to talk about. Number one, I'll eventually get better at not saying or like. Eventually. just getting back into the groove of making videos, especially vlog type videos, so cut me some slack, but I'll get there eventually. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, there's a couple things that I want to talk about, and I don't know if I'm going to break it down into a couple videos or just this one video. We'll find out when I get to my destination. So the first thing that I want to talk about is this Jeffree Star inviting Mikayla Nogueira, is that how you say her name? Mikayla to his farm ranch. So you guys, this man is so calculated. I really don't understand why and how people, I'll never understand, and I will continue to say I will never understand how people sit there and still listen to things he has to say. Because if you guys don't remember, Mikayla is the reason why Jeffree Star was like, hey, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make videos again because these bitches be lying and blah 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 blah. It does not take a rocket science. It does not take a rocket scientist to figure out he was talking about Mikayla. Did he say her name? No. But if he were to try to get on camera and say, I wasn't calling Mikayla a bitch, you're lying. Because that is the reason why he came out. And you know what? And if he wasn't talking about Mikayla, then who was he talking about? That's what I would like to know. If he was not talking about Mikayla, who was he talking about? Please answer that one for me. So, you know, he's like, something about these bitches are lying, yada, yada, yada. So, like, I'm going to come out and I'm going to do a real, what is it called? Review and blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Just saying dumb shit. So, after Mikayla came back on TikTok and did not address the elephant in the room, which that's a whole other situation. You know, people are saying, you guys, it's just mascara, it's just this. People do it in commercials all the time. Ads lie all the time. And it's like, I understand ads lie and we get that, but Mikayla's not a commercial. Mikayla is a reviewer. You know, she gets paid to give her honest review about products without the help of anything. You know, it's, you know, I'm Mikayla, a regular degular girl, and here I am using this regular degular mascara with nothing else to enhance it. No filters, none of this. Because, you know, people, you know, like people have tried to use like a foundation, then taken a picture with a filter and been like, look, it smooths out my pores or whatever. That's not the reviews that we're looking for. You know, she's not what is it called, like five minute crafts, how they always have like dumb shit on it. Like, she's not that. She's a makeup reviewer. She's not a commercial. So there's that whole situation. But Mikayla gets back on TikTok and she's talking about how she's going to Wyoming for Glow Recipe, I believe it was. Glow Beauty. I don't know. So, somebody's glowing. That's all I know. And, you know, she mentioned Wyoming. Now, I'm not going to lie. I definitely side-eyed when she was like, I'm going to Wyoming. And I'm like, funny how like this all lines up, because this is something that Jeffree Star would totally do. It seems like it just seems very, not fabricated, but just like made up. Like, this is something that he would do. And so I definitely was like side-eyeing, right? Like, And then he gets on TikTok and he talks about how he invited Mikayla to the Jeffree Star Ranch. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, and say that I watched the TikTok, because listening to that man is like nails on a chalkboard and it makes me cringe. And so, like, I don't watch him anywhere. But I saw the screenshot of, you know, his caption on TikTok, and the first thing I thought was like, well, I guess Mikayla's gonna go see him. Now, I didn't listen to the TikTok where I guess he said, I've invited her, I haven't heard back from her. I didn't hear that, so I had tweeted something like, you know, this is all like suspicious, like Mikayla's like young, dumb, and impressionable, blah, blah, blah. Now, I will definitely like go back on my word, because she apparently has left Jeffree Star on red and did not go see him while she was in Wyoming. And to that, I say great job, because he, like, it's just his tone and his demeanor, and how he, you know, how he set Mikayla up and was like, oh, I can't, you know, I'm just gonna keep saying it, these dumb bitches, you know, blah, 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 or these bitches are lying, or whatever he said. He used that word, and we know he was talking about Mikayla. And if you say he wasn't, I worry about you. And then he finds out that Mikayla's going to Wyoming, and what does he do? Invites her. Why? Because Mikayla is the top dog on TikTok, and that's where Jeffree wants to be. And so he's trying to befriend Mikayla after what he said about her. Like, make it make sense. And I'm glad Mikayla, as of right now that we know of, I'm glad Mikayla did not go and collab with that man, because he's calculated. And there's so many people before Mikayla who has fallen into his trap, and you know, and look. And so I'm proud of Mikayla for, you know, for not falling into his trap. And it's, I don't know if she's been watching commentary videos. I don't know if she watches like Peter Mon, because Peter recently has been spitting nothing but facts about Jeffree Star and who he is as a human being. Like, this is shit that I used to say, you know, back in 2017, 18, however, whenever, you know, Jeffree Star was like on top. This is shit that I used to say, but now Peter, who has like a way bigger platform than I do, is now saying the things that need to be said. And they're not unpopular opinions. I'm just trying to find these people who are still like obsessing over this man. There's a training. So yeah, I don't know, like, Mikayla is doing great things when it comes to ignoring that man, because it makes no sense. How are you gonna get on like, and he can try to deny it. He can try to say that's not who I was talking about. Okay, then who were you talking about, and who were you calling a bitch? Riddle me that one. So, I don't know. I mean, I still don't stand by Mikayla allegedly using falsies in her thing, but, you know, it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think about that whole situation, because that was beyond calculated. Like, yeah, I'm gonna try to befriend this girl so that, you know, her TikTok audience will follow my TikTok, or whatever thought process went through his brain. So there's that. What can we talk about next? Okay, so this, I haven't seen too many people talk about this, and it's not like huge drama or whatever, but I just find the whole situation funny. So there's this place in LA, and it's called Harold's. I don't know where they originate from, but I guess they're maybe a black-owned business. But Harold's Chicken, and the particular one that I'm going to be talking about, is in LA. Now, before any of this happened, Harold's did not have a Twitter account. They did not have a Twitter account. So a girl gets on Twitter, and she posts a tweet, and it was just like, Harold's, like, count your fucking days. You served me this, baby side of collard greens, yada, yada, yada. And she was being pretty funny, like, facetious about the whole thing. And she was like, if y'all ran out of greens, you should have just said that, yada, yada, yada. And, I mean, to me, I didn't see a whole bunch of like, oh, let's cancel Harold's, like, none of that. But then all of a sudden, Harold's got a Twitter account, and I don't know what went down first. I don't know if it was the DMs or if Harold's replied to her Twitter first, her tweet. And and Harold has just been so petty and lacking so much decorum about the whole situation. Now, the way that Harold's works, I guess, is you order a meal, you get a side, and then you get a sample. Now, sample and 2-ounce size has been used interchangeably. On the menu, it says your meal comes with an 8-ounce side and a 2-ounce side of coleslaw, greens, or something else, right? And first of all, no. So that's what it said. So I'm assuming the little 2-ounce that she had, because the cup was literally like this big, the 2-ounce size that she had was what came with the meal, right? So then they get on Twitter and they're like harassing this poor girl, and they're just like talking so much shit, and they're like, maybe you need to learn how to read the menu, maybe this, maybe that, blah blah blah, blah. And they're like posting memes and like and gifs, and like it's just so dramatic over what I don't even think was such a big deal. And then they're like, well, we love to give free samples with our meals. Okay, is it a free sample or is it a 2-ounce size? Because if it's a free sample, then you shouldn't have that your meal comes with a 2-ounce side, because that insinuates that they're paying for that 2-ounce side. And then on top of that, like the person, like there's a video and they're showing the little cup that they use for the 2-ounce size, and on the back, plain as day, it says 1 ounce. It's like a Jell-O shot cup. It says 1 ounce. So are you giving them 2 ounces or are you not? And does it come with a meal or is it a free sample? Like, make up your mind. And all of this for a girl who has maybe 5,000 followers on Twitter. For you to be petty like this and lack decorum. Maybe you could have taken this and turned it into something positive, because there was literally maybe one person who was on Harold's side, which I'm assuming is Harold Jr. Because why are you going so hard for somebody who's being so petty? And he was like, well, they're just giving her the same energy. What energy? And then on top of that, they posted her receipt that had the last 4 of her debit card. Seriously? Like, this is what we're doing now. All because she called you out for giving a small portion of your greens. My whole thing is, maybe your menu wasn't very clear. Maybe your menu was not clear enough. Maybe your menu just wasn't clear enough. Because there were people in the comments saying, oh, I've ordered from DoorDash or whatever, and they weren't clear about the size of the sides. So, yeah. I don't know. I just found it quite hilarious that they were going that hard. It was giving, okay, I know I'm going to lose a couple of you guys, because in the DMs, I guess she, you know, they said something along the lines of, you need to change your review because you said you paid for the side when you didn't. And again, one, did she pay for the side? Because she paid for the meal. That means, that insinuates that she paid for that 2-ounce side that you say is included in the meal. So did she pay for the side or did she not? But it's giving very much, there's this episode of Friends where Monica does a review for a restaurant, and the guy comes over because he didn't like her review, and you know, and Monica's like, I stand by my review, and he goes, well, you said we accept Discover card, which we don't. And she's like, okay, fine, like, I'll change that, but I stand by everything else that I said. And that's what that was giving me. Like, you said you paid for the side when you didn't. Yes, they did, because it came with the meal, so they paid for it. Like, Harold, your feelings cannot be hurt that bad, Harold. They just cannot be. I can't. So anyway, the other two topics, I'm actually going to save that for another video, because I'm already getting close to my destination. I have to get gas, I have to pick up miles. So we will save that for another day, probably tomorrow. But also, I had a question. So next week is like a very, very busy week for me. I'm going to be traveling. I have a funeral to attend. I have a lot of things going on, all whilst working. And I was just wondering if you guys would like to see kind of like a week in my life, for when I multitask and things like that. Just like a cute little vlog or whatever for like a week in my life. Because my weeks technically start on, I guess, because my days off are Sunday, Monday. So yeah. Or I can actually start vlogging on Saturday, because I have something exciting to do on Saturday. So I don't know, just let me know what you guys think about, cheeky little vlog here and there. But yeah, so those are my two little rants for the day. I love that random things like that come across my page, the Harold's things, so I could talk about it, because the whole situation, I'm just not upset, but I'm still laughing, because why did you make a Twitter page to do that? Why did you make a Twitter page to do that? And then they posted all that on their Instagram. I'm like, okay, is it that serious? Like, is it for real that serious? I mean, I guess it is. It's not like somebody famous was talking about it. So, I don't know. Anywho, getting gas, because my car is literally on E. And until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.